Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 53rd episode of the PokéSells official podcast. My name is Rocco Mitchell. I'm your host, and today I'm here with my friend. This is our first time meeting face to face, but we talked on Instagram, all that type of stuff. Franky, also known as FFCardz on Instagram. Thank you for coming on, Franky. As I said before, super short notice. It's great. So someone that is in. You're kind of both in sports and Pokemon.
Yes,
but something that
both. As we could tell.
Yes. But a card entrepreneur nonetheless.
100%.
And yeah, let's just introduce yourself.
So my name is Franky Falco. I started FFCardz a few years ago. So I was collecting way before COVID. I ripped so much Pokemon, so much sports you can't even imagine when I was little. I still remember opening Agent Origins, XY base, and I was getting them for $90 a booster box. I don't know. I actually don't know. You could fact check me. I have no clue how much that is, but I know it's an insane amount of money, thousands of dollars each. Took a little bit of a break, got back into it right after COVID. I remember actually my first show we went to. There's a show. I live on Long Island, so there's a show, Babylon Cards, it's a Babylon card show, and my dad took me for the first time. He was like, here's $1, go search through one of those bins. And I searched, found a $20 Trevor Lawrence rookie card.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I'm taking this. Sold it for $15-16, and then I used the same show, my allowance money, to buy this Ken Griffey Jr. rookie SGC 10. Right, and it was $180 card or something, and the guy had it stickered at 105, and he was like, I just want to move it. I was like, I'll give you $100. Took that, and that's where the online world came to me, you know what I mean? Because I was like, how am I going to sell this card? So I went on and I looked, and I was like, do I want to pay eBay fees? No, not really. So I looked into Facebook, and I got into a bunch of those groups. And I remember selling the first card. It took me a week to sell, but I sold it for $150, $160, and I was so happy because at that show I made $75, my first ever time going to a show. And I was like, dude, this is sick. I just made $75, and it was 2 hours of work. So I was like, this is sick. I have to figure out how to do this more. And that's kind of where it piled up, and that's where I remember I made my Instagram for the first time, and that's how this started, where this the beginning. It's the origin story of FFCardz, if that makes sense.
No, that's awesome. That's great. A little backstory for me. I started about a year ago with $200, a little $200 binder. I started in June of last year with a $200 binder. Kind of was doing some messing around on Instagram. Really wasn't going anywhere. Kind of just I sold, liquidated everything on eBay, and then I kind of just reinvested money and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I started doing card shows about a year ago, and then I've scaled it up to where we are here now, and it's been awesome. But it's been great, and that's also I feel very same thing. It's that initial rush of oh wow, this is something that's really fun, really cool. I've been a collector since I was 8 years old. I moved to Nashville when I was 8, and Pokemon cards was kind of that entry thing that was cool at the time. So I was like, oh, I'm a new kid, I don't know anyone here, let me get into Pokemon cards to kind of fit in with everyone. And then I just fell in love with the game, and the trading cards and XY stuff. I have a very soft spot for all that X and Y.
I love that stuff,
it's
dude.
That's
what I grew up on.
EXs. Yeah, I have. Hold on, let me get some.
I think I have the last black and white set. That's the first when I started.
Yeah, what is stuff like this I absolutely love. These old Art Wars, or these old old
yeah, dude, that's so sick.
The old full art are just fire. That's really cool. I'm so Long Island. That's New York, right?
That's New York.
Geography. Yeah. Cool. How I don't, so obviously I'm new to their card spaces, but New York that East Coast is more sports oriented, right? I know West Coast is very heavy with Pokemon. How is it up there?
So New York, I'm being honest, is one of the most competitive places you could do this in, and it's both. To be honest with you, so Sports cards was like a lot more like eminent in my area, like definitely, like you could see it. And then I would say about like 2-3 years ago, the LITCG show really started like picking up steam. Shout out Rebecca, she's the best. I vended all her shows, and basically ever since then, like I'm not joking, like it slowly grew. I would vend, it would be like, what was it, 10 a.m. start, and it's like $5 or $10 to get in. And I would say there would be like 100 vendors in the beginning, and then like it grew and grew and grew and grew. And now I'm not even joking, dude. There's like a line for like an hour and a half to get in.
Dang.
Like there is an insane line, and they're like literally you can't even move.
That's crazy.
Like if you're walking, like there's probably like thousands of people in there every single show, and this is like once to a few times a month. It's insane.
Awesome.
She even has one at Nassau Coliseum, which is like 500 plus tables or something. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's insane. So like now Pokemon is honestly like equal or the same. You know, it's equal, even slightly bigger. To be honest with you, like every show you go to, there's Pokemon.
That's really cool. Excuse me. We have a similar show here called Lighthouse. It's ran by an older gentleman named Jeff. And essentially started off as a sports card show specifically. And then Pokemon just kind of like took it over to the point where now he has 2 different gyms. It's the same school, but it's 2 different gyms, and one is for Pokemon and one is for sports. And it's great. I vended there. It was happening a long time before I started vending, but I was probably like the 5th or 6th Pokemon table that was there, and now there's like 20-40 like Pokemon tables there every time. And it's really cool to see. He runs the national, not the one in Chicago, but it's like a spin-off one here in Nashville.
It's the guy who runs the national actually like is here.
In
New York. JPRS.
It's Nash as in Nashville, so NASH.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
National, but I've been, that was like my first like big show before obviously like Collecticons and stuff like that, which are fire. But it's been great.
That's sick.
But yeah, I guess like starting off slow and then like building up into like all those big things is great. What you started flipping early, so you started that $75 and then you kind of like reinvested. You're like, oh, this is cool. Took a break, and then you just, or obviously you said you were hooked. You started like your Instagram, all that type of stuff. Like how was your process from like growing that off like Facebook groups and like Instagram and like starting like reinvesting money and all that type of stuff?
So I consider myself like crazy to a point. So as soon as I get into something, I really enjoy it. Like I'm all out. Right. So I was like watching videos, like sports card investor videos, this guy video, like everybody's videos, right? Card Collector 2, Ryan, like all those guys. And I would write down like what they say, how they're doing it. And I would like see like, you know, I like the first thing I learned, I remember that very, very strongly, is don't hold things. Right. So I go to shows with empty showcases. That's like something I do. So I go to shows with empty showcases. Like maybe I'll have like 1 or 2 high-end cards that I like, but other than that, I literally just buy. So all I do is buy as much as I can. Everyone knows like kind of what I pay, like how I pay. Everyone like, you know, everyone knows I'm pretty fair with people. They'll come up to me, sell me as much as they want, right? So, and then I have outlets where I can move it pretty quickly. And that's like where that's like what I wanted to do. Right. So I saw that was like the initial thing when I first started, like move things quickly, never hold on to things. Right. Because especially in sports. So I'm buying a football quarterback, right? Like this guy right here, Penix. You know what I mean? Like he is now awful. Okay. So you have one Sunday, let's say the show is on a Sunday, you have one Sunday to the next Sunday they move that card. Unless he's like a legend or retired or something like that. So that's what I learned. And I would move stuff at the shame show. Like I would move it and make like $20 here, $15 there. And then, you know what I mean? So stack up money at the same show, makes quick flips, makes small flips, but make like smart plays, right? So I obviously got to like, for instance, maybe I buy something, it's sold for like 50 and 25, right? And the guy had it stickered at like 30, 40 something, right? And then I would sell it. And then one guy like has, I would go to one guy that always values it. Like he would value it at 50, right? And I would sell it. and I would just quick flip to him. Like if I notice that's how he values things, and this is how the other guy values things, quick moves, stack up money. And that's really how I started, like building some cash to have at shows. Yeah.
I like that mentality. I honestly have, I'm in Pokemon, like, or I guess you do Pokemon too, but it's like for us, or how I do is like always like inventory, like having good inventory, all that type of stuff. And I guess it's a little different. So I am not a sports person. I do play soccer for my school, and I do like soccer, but I'm much more of like a weightlifting type guy. I love like lifting weights, doing all that type of stuff, like powerlifting. That's more like my speed and like the physical exercise world. So I'm not like super into like a whole bunch of sports. And because of that, like I see Pokemon, Pokemon's crazy, but then also I see sports. I'm like, that's just a whole different level. And then like, what if this guy gets injured? Like all that type of stuff is very foreign to me.
Oh yeah, dude, it's insane.
Yeah, so we could maybe talk about that a little later. But I do like what you're saying there. That's really cool. And I guess it's kind of funny. Me and my friend, my business partner. So I have a business partner that we've been in business together for about like 6 months now, I think.
Okay.
And we're like working together as like a group. And we've scaled to like one table to 2 tables within like the matter of weeks, or like a couple weeks. And now we're just like business is great. And we actually have we bought our 4th case that we're going to have. And we're doing the same thing. We're literally going to put some money in the case and be like, this case is fresh inventory, like just buy all that type of stuff.
Exactly,
and do, like, kind of try a little bit of that, which I think it's cool. And I think it's really a cool outlook on it. And it's great that you say like sports investors. I do that very like similar too. So I sell on TCG Player Online, for a bunch of like low end stuff that like just to kind of have consistent cash flow throughout the week. And it's just like something that I like to do. And I get good rates for it. And I'll literally be packing orders and stuff like that. And I'll have like all these like Pokemon people on there, like investors and like all that type of stuff. Like very similar thing. And it's just cool to stay in the market and to know. And like when you go into a card shop, or when you go into some other place, it's like, oh, I know this set is going to go up because of this, or I know these cards are falling because, like, it's good to like have that knowledge and be aware so that you can like take advantage of it.
100%,
really
dude. Cool. Especially like with like, I know like I'm a Pokemon guy, right? So that's like even like this card, I held it on 1 week, like by accident. Like I totally just stuck it in a drawer. I paid like $280. I could card ladder this. I think it like literally does like $250 now.
Dang.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like it happens all the time. And that was like a complete accident. Like I buy like 600 to 800 cards a week. Yeah. So I totally like, so once in a while there's just a card like that's like in my room and I'm like, what the hell is this? But like it's not just sports. Like anything can move up and down and anything can have a bad sale. Yeah, the last sale's $230. I'm cooked. So
is the 280 what you paid on it, or was that okay? Cool. Yeah, because I was like, oh, you comped it at 280, then you take percentage.
I wish.
Yeah.
No, but it happens all the time, like stuff like that. Like, so there, like, nothing. You can predict the market, but like you can't really predict the market. If that makes sense. And if you move everything every week, you know what I mean? Like you save so much of this like hassle on like. Is this going to go up? Is this going to go down? You make little bits every time. It's a percentage gain, and that compounds really, really quickly. Like you will see it. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that. And I noticed that because obviously there was like with Pokemon, there was like this little like reset thing a couple like last month or whatever, where like stuff started to go down. Everyone started freaking out, and it was crazy. But then also like I feel like everything bounced back because like there's cards like you saw like. I think it was like the Magikarp Wailord SIR or AR, whatever the special art is of that. It's gone crazy, but it's weird. So I don't know what
exactly. But if you tried to play that a month ago and predict the market, you're probably screwed. Or unless you're lucky. Yeah. But that's why, dude. Because I'm being honest, like from a month ago, stuff's up, stuff's down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just how it is, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that that's a byproduct of kind of what we operate in. I kind of see us like little hedge fund managers, you know, like we're kind of like operating within like a separate financial world and like a separate little thing. And it's like, okay, well, you know, it's just part of how any asset class goes. It's going to go up and down. And also, especially with like, so I know we both do, and I wanted to talk about this too, with like all like the junk slab repacking, whatever people want to call it. I noticed a lot of like the 9s and stuff that would have been cheaper like a couple of weeks ago are now like up a lot. I don't know why. I think that a lot of people are catching on to like this whatever system that it is, but whatever the method is, and it's just weird.
So I get that. To be honest, I just buy slabs. Yeah. So I just buy anything, like literally anything. And I have outlets to move everything, right? Like, so I can move it here, there, whatever it is, right? There's people, I'll do anything, like, especially like whatnot streamers buy a ton too. So I do that as well. I understand, like, I'll cash out low end, high end, whatever it is, right? Because especially on like low end, if you could buy stuff for like, I used to buy way more low end because the whole thought behind it is if you could buy it like $5 to $10 under what it's worth, and then just flip it in bulk to somebody or someone, right? You can just, it's way easier to play a percentage game with low end stuff than it is like super high end stuff, right? Because like if you have $1,000 card, right, and you offer someone like $800, right, and you're gonna get like $850 out of it, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna get 85%, let's just say, right? So to do that's harder, right? Because someone might say, you know, this is a good card. I want, especially in New York, you're not getting anything here below like 75%, and that's like on the worst stuff. So you know, playing sometimes that percentage game on really high end stuff is harder than on the cheap stuff, definitely.
Yeah, I think, and that's really cool that like that's what I noticed too very early, because before, like when I was starting out, I thought about the wrong way, where it's like, oh, I'm buying this card for $50 less or whatever it is. I was like, oh, let me just, and then I started thinking about it in percentage basis, and I had a friend that helped me think about it. Like he was like, you should be thinking about it like this, and I was like, oh dang, that's like
to a point.
Yes. Yeah. And then I started noticing, like, sometimes I'll go back and forth, like where I'll like double check it, where like 80, let's say 80% of $100 card is $80. I'm like, okay, I'm making $20 here. Like I'm kind of like minimizing it in like those different types of way.
I gotta sell you 100%.
Yeah. No, well, here we pay. We kind of, well, I don't want to say we cook people. It's just a different mark. Like we're paying. Anywhere.
Yeah, well, I want to hear this. What do you pay? Like,
so below, actually, it's funny because I picked up this card today. It's like a $475 480 card, right? And I posted on Instagram, a guy wants it, right? And I was like, yo, we can trade. And I was like, if you want trade, cash, whatever, I really don't care. It's all the same to me because I'll find a way to sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, okay, cool. What are your percentages? So I actually just wrote it out. So under 15, it's like 60 to 70%, depending on what it is.
Okay.
And that's mostly because for me, I'm selling that on TCG Player, and I have like a.
You're talking about raw.
Yeah, raw.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and I have like fees that I have to account and shipping and all that type of stuff just to make the business and profit margins work. And then on like, I guess 16 and higher raw, I'm paying anywhere from 70 to 85%.
Okay.
And then for my junk slabs, my slabby patties, I'm buying any, so yeah, so $10 to $30 slabs essentially in pretty much anything. But like CHC or PSA, and the margins we're paying 70 to 85%. And then like just normal slabs is anywhere from 80 to, unless it's like really bad. Like if it's like a really, really bad slab, then I'm gonna pay lower. But if it's if it's cooked cards, if it's like something like this, like I'm paying anywhere from 80 to 90%.
Yeah, I mean that's good. To be honest with you, it's similar here. I would say 70 is definitely the floor for anything you do in New York, right? Because of how competitive it is. Someone will go to the other booth directly next to you and get cashed out, right? Like there's people who like pay definitely strong here, relatively. So I noticed like 2 years ago when I first started, I would buy it like 70% on everything pretty much,
Mhm.
Pokemon wise. And it was way easier. Now it's kind of increased to like that 80, 85 range is what most people pay. At least on like decent stuff.
Mhm.
But to be honest, also like I think of it the way I know you said like, well, I was talking about it too, percent gain, but also like sometimes I do see like, hey, if I can make 5%, but on $1,000 cards instead of 10%
Exactly.
on $50 cards. Sometimes that's, you know what I mean? It's just more worth it. Like,
Yeah.
especially once you build up the capital and it's like, hey, like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could do it now. Because you kind of know, like, there's people who like walk up to my table even, and I know what I'm going to get for this stuff mostly, right? Like, good idea at least. So, like for instance, there was a guy with like a poncho that walked up to my table, and it was like when I first started it, and it was like 80. I paid him like 88% just because I knew there was like a streamer that was willing to pay 100.
Mhm.
So I instantly sold it to him. But like, you know what I mean? There's always like those deviations from that percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for me, it's like very similar. Like it's who you know, what you get. Like for example, I'll drive my bank account to like zero for the cheap slabs just because I know I can text my guy. I'll put in the sheet that night and I'll be like,
Okay.
yo, this is what the amount is, and he just sends it.
That's cool.
Like
Yeah.
like
I
no
mean,
questions asked. And it's
you
like
need someone like that. I'm
yeah,
telling you right now.
like we've built that connection to where I trust him and he's
Mhm.
like he trusts us with the product that we provide for him and that it's good quality product and that our agreement's good, that I can immediately get paid. And like
Yeah.
I've done that. Like I did that this week. Like I think I had like $60 in my bank account and I was like, okay, here's the
How
amount,
much
and
did
I
you
just
spend
got
on
paid.
slabs?
Yeah, and it's like I don't well, still relatively small, but we're like scaling.
Okay.
But it's not, but it's like it
Yeah.
just works.
I mean,
And
I'm the same way with my friends. Like, if they have product, like they know what I pay on things. It's like sometimes I like my boys will go out and buy for me.
Mhm.
Like I have my friend in Miami who buys for me, and I buy for him sometimes. I have like 3 or 4 guys in Long Island that buy for me, and they know like I'm instant. Like as soon as you send me the thing, like as soon as you send me like these are the cards, blah blah blah, like this is what we got to get paid. Like I'll pay you out right away. So I
Yeah.
get that. I'm just saying, like definitely watch out. There is some people who like you have to watch out. I was even mentioning it back to you, but this guy named Josh Richter, he's Jersey Wild. He was paying out like really strong, like really strong, like like I'm not even joking, 100% on some stuff
Okay.
for sports, like high end sports cards, like up to like $1,500. So I was buying crazy. I remember like my boy in Miami was buying, like I was like having everyone buy, and we racked up like $45,000 in spend 1 week. And I was like, well, we'll be fine. It's totally cool. Like this guy always pays me. Like I always remember he has his buyer, so he has a buyer in Florida also. So I would just like send the stuff to him, and then he would like bulk it with like a ton of stuff and
Yeah.
send it out. And this guy, I mean, completely like took advantage. He after we already did a few deals, like I would send him like we would do like 20K lots, 10K lots. Out to him, and it was pretty easy, smooth sailing. And then I guess for whatever reason, like 1 week, I have like messages too. It was just like I guess they didn't need inventory that week, and we already bought because he already told us to buy. And whoever this guy, I don't know where it was going, what was happening, whatever it was, but you know, $45,000 in spend between like me and a few other people, and that was including like what I had to pay out on like different buyers. And I was like, shit, like this is bad. Like this is a
Yeah.
bad scenario to be in. And I was like, I remember my friend was like really upset, like right,
Mhm.
because he's like with me, he's like my partner, you could say, and he was like, bro, he spent like even more money because
Yeah.
when I love my friend Justin, but like whenever he does this, he goes like balls to the walls, like he's
Yeah.
crazy. So he'll spend everything, like you said. I won't, because I'm like, all right, like if I spend 45K, I'm not spending anymore. What's it called? So it was like pretty crazy, and I remember like he was really upset. Like he was like, dude, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, dude, don't worry. Like send me what you have. Send me a list. We'll figure this out. And at the end of the day, like, I mean, I don't like the guy anymore, of course, but I figured it out. Like, you know, you gotta just breathe, and you just gotta be like, all right, like here's where I can send this, here's where I can send that. I know this guy buys a lot of this stuff. Like it was more just like stuff like that. And I pieced it out. So it was really annoying because I hate piecing, you know, one card here, one card there, 10 cards there, you know, especially when it's like hundreds, like 200 cards or something. And now I'm really just stuck with like Michael Penix, like 2 Michael Penix cards, which is like whatever. And then everything else though is gone. Like I remember there were some crazy Pokemon cards. There was one Pokemon card. It was like a PSA 1 Zard. So it was like he was paying me like some crazy price because at the time it was off of like a $1,200 sale. And I'll give it to you this way. Last sale was $660. So that was not a fun tank to have. But at the end of the day, like I broke even on everything. Yeah. And I was paying, like, believe it or not, when that was happening, I think my average like percent paid on cards was like 91%. Okay. And I was paying so I was paying on average 90% to people. Yeah. And I still broke even somehow because you just got to find the right guy for every card, to be honest, at that point, which I did. Because at that point I was just posting Instagram, like, you know, whatever, like stories, or I was like calling someone. You figure it out. I just really don't like what the guy did, but you know, it happens and you just got to move forward, to be honest.
Exactly. And it's just part of the game. And like at the end of the day too, you know, or like how you can work on it, your audience and all that type of stuff. And it's like, for sure, like that's one of the most important things and powerful, like best things to know within the hobby, which is, or within the, like, you know, the finance, like what we're doing. And it's great. I haven't really experienced anything. Like my biggest scam, I tried to minimize my scams. I got scammed out of these couple I didn't get scammed out of them, but the guy lied about the condition of these boxes. I traded in some slabs that I shouldn't have done. And then I managed to sell the boxes and break even. And then I got scammed for like $150 off Facebook, but like that was like nothing. Yeah, that's, you know, it's whatever.
It is what it is. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Can't really do anything about it.
Exactly. And it's just life. It's just, and you roll the punches, and like you just like now, like for example, now I'm like super strict with people on Facebook because of that. Like now I'm like, okay, I need to
pay upon arrival with everything I do, because everyone knows I pay. So I'm like, dude, just send me it. Like I'll pay you as soon as it's here. Like I just had someone send me 2 Michael Jordans. They're coming Monday. I'll pay like within 2 hours of when they come. But yeah. Like even with that deal, actually, like there was people doing that with me because I was only sending it to this guy because he was like trustworthy individual. And the guy was like, yo, you haven't paid me in like 2 hours. Like, this is not you. Like, what happened? And I was like, yo, give me 5 minutes. I just got scammed for $45K. Because the guy was like, yo, wire's coming tomorrow. Wire's coming in 2 days. Wire's coming Friday. Wire's coming this, then the other thing. And then, you know, he left me to dry because I was with the buyer. I was mainly dealing with his guy. So I was like calling with the guy, and he was like, dude, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. He was like, it is what it is. You know, I feel really bad. I'm like, you feel really bad, bro. You promised me like, I don't know, whatever it is on a 45K lot, like 50 something. Yeah. And he was like, yo, you promised. And I was like, you dude, we have like it written in text, like I'm getting a wire for this. And he's like, I know, bro, I messed up. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah,
it happens though.
It happens. And it's crazy. But yeah, it's all learning experience. And yeah, like I think I'm getting more reputation now in the space where like people can do like pay upon arrival, and it's great because I had like a guy was like, he just sent me a list of cards. It's like, you want this? I'm like, sure. I literally comped it out 5 minutes, made like $50 profit, and it's like, he's like, yeah, bet I'll send it tomorrow to you. I was like,
easiest thing, because especially like if you're working on high percent, like you're paying people well, like if you're paying someone like high percentages, like if I'm ever paying someone like 90% or something, I always tell them, like, think of it like this, like if I don't get the card, I am so screwed, like all my money's gone, like, you know what I mean? Or if like one day, or like I've had people send me like chip slabs, like you know what I mean, like, and I'm not gonna give anyone a chip slab, like I just don't do that. Or like a massive scratch. Like I'm assuming if you could probably get away with it if you have like hundreds of slabs in an order, but I don't do that stuff. I always tell people no.
Yeah, I try not to. If anything happens, like I tell my guy or something, and we haven't had that experience. I mean, the first time we did like bulk slab buying, we bought out an entire like 3-day show here in Nashville. We like took some funny, it's the photos that I have, and we went to a parking lot and we just put them on the ground in the parking lot, and it was just and well, we called the guy first. We were like, hey, we're thinking of taking some photos in a parking lot with the slabs. Is that okay? He's like, I don't care, do whatever you want.
Yeah, he's like, okay, why not, bro?
Yeah, and we were like, all right, cool. And
how many slabs was it that weekend?
It was 2.5, 2 rows.
So that's like, it's like 100 to 125 per row.
Yeah.
Per like box. So that's like 300 slabs probably.
Yeah, it was like 300 slabs. Yeah,
it's fire.
And like ever since then, like people send us stuff, but I think we wiped out a lot of people. Like
dude, that's what you got to do. Here you can like I can only do so much. Like there's so much inventory that like I don't know if I could do that. I remember at a Collecticon, like I came really close. Like I probably bought like that New Jersey Collecticon. Probably bought like 1,000 to 1,100 slabs.
It's crazy
that weekend.
Like there was people
that just called me. They were like, "Yo, come to my table. Like I have like 400 like under like $150, $200 slabs. Please buy all of them." And I was like, 10 minutes, bro. So, you know, and on that stuff we pay pretty well because we have to. They know what they have. Like I remember like this was like a lot. Like it was insane, bro. Just like stacks of slabs. Yeah, it was like it was ridiculous. But like I'm looking
forward to that. I'm going.
You have to travel, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta, and
I need a table.
February. Huh? You need a table. I have a table, bro. I lucked out. I lucked out so hard. I'm actually looking for 4 tables right now for 2 different people.
I need 1.
I can add that. I'll add that.
That's gonna be the buying sign. That's it. That's all it's gonna be, bro.
But I'm gonna be looking. That's gonna be my first Collecticon. I'll be going with my brother and maybe my boy.
Collecticon is the sickest thing on earth.
Yeah, it's.
At least I guess it depends though. I've heard it depends.
So the first one that I went to, which was Atlanta, was buns. But then I went to Chicago, and Chicago like literally like one of the best weekends of my life. Like and I made some bad deals there too. I lost like I think I was down like $1,000 on the weekend. But it was.
And you traveled?
Yeah, but I made my money because I was middlemaning people, so that's what I was doing. I was like moving stuff for people. I was like doing the same stuff, kind of what I was doing now, but a little less so. It was like in the beginning.
Okay.
And it was good. Like in the long run, it's fine because me doing that weekend, I connected with the guy that I work for now.
Yeah, so exactly. Now, whenever you go somewhere like that, you just gotta meet people in the room.
And he saw me walk the floor, and he's like. And he's local Nashville. He's like, Rocco, you hustle. Like, I want you on my team. Like, he called me. I remember I was at school on Thursday. He called me, and he never calls me, or he never calls anyone. I picked up the phone. I was like, teacher, I got to go use the restroom. I picked up the phone immediately. And I was like, yo, what is like, this is what I need you to buy for me this weekend. And I'll pay you this on the, and I'm like,
good. Like that's exactly what you need, bro. Like, yeah, it's literally all you need. You need to just have like that mind. Like, you just need to know like outlets. Like, I probably have like 4 or 5 outlets that I use frequently.
Yeah. I need and we could probably talk about. I want obviously I'm in the 30, like 10 to 30 range.
Yeah.
I have some guys for like 50 to 100 or hot like 30 and 100, like 30 up.
Totally.
But their percentages aren't crazy. So like it's I need to find some of those guys.
I mean, when you get to the higher end stuff, it's definitely tougher because, you know, obviously like room and margins and, you know, I don't think there's anyone that pay, like there's people that pay high, but it's nothing like ridiculous.
Yeah.
As like the cheaper stuff you can get away with because like, I mean, like there's even people like at shows that do like those like little bags or whatever. Yeah. And like, so I know some guy that like literally will ask me once in a while, he'll be like, yo, I'll just pay you like, if you have cheap slabs, like $15 a slab, no matter what.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't need them all the time, but like every once in a while, he'll just be like, I need $115 slabs. and he doesn't care what price range they are. And I mean, that's just like some people need stuff for different reasons. It's just like you got to find like all those different people who need different stuff. And I feel like connecting at shows and like meeting new people, see who's buying, right? Like sometimes I always say like see what people are buying too, right? Like if there's a certain thing that like everyone seems to be buying, right? Like buy that. Like for instance, like I'm not saying buy that like if it's like one card, right? And it's like a hype train thing. I'm saying like if there's like a range you see is doing really well, buy that range.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I noticed that with trends, and that's why like I follow a lot of people. It's like everyone's buying like everyone was buying Pikachus and Charizards one weekend, and then everyone's buying like $1,000 up slabs, like some like this. There's trends like that.
So you see those trends, and then you buy similar stuff and find someone to move it to, or a collector. Like there's always collectors. Like I remember like I'll put stuff like as soon as I buy stuff, like I'll throw it on my showcase, and then like you get someone to pay you 100% on a card. That's sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Less negotiating in Pokemon than sports. I noticed that way more. Like whenever I don't think I've ever sold a sports card where someone's just like, oh, I like that. It's cute. I'm buying it for full market, whatever the guy's ticket, like price tag. And I never mark anything like over. Like actually I'm usually like under market, like by like a few dollars on like the higher end stuff by like $10, whatever it is. But like on Pokemon, I've literally had like I remember this one time I had somebody and it was like this lady. She was from either Japan. I think she was from Japan. And she was just like, she noticed I had a ton of Sylveon. And she was just like, I want this, and that. And I was like, damn, that's like $3,000. She's like, and just hands me $3K. So like that happens too. Like you could totally get lucky like that sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's great, and definitely it's great Pokemon. That's why I notice in collecticons, especially, people don't negotiate; they just buy your cards. At the locals, people negotiate a lot here more. Yeah.
Okay. Like TCG, like I know, like obviously you know like the crowd, like what people are doing. Like if there's like a collector, like like $5 off, maybe like, but then you see like those guys that they're like flippers, they do that, and I have no problem because like I do the same thing too. So. They're usually the ones to negotiate, obviously.
Yeah. So obviously I know you did New Jersey. And you did, I think that's like when I first saw you, but I don't even know. But
I went nuclear that show.
Yeah. How what have been some of your favorite Pokemon or card shows that you've been to?
So National is the most insane show you've ever been to. In terms of like size and everything, it's ridiculous. Like I remember what?
It's everything.
Yeah, so it's everything. So like there's Pokemon sports, there's One Piece, there's Yu-Gi-Oh, there's cars, there's like people like I'm pretty not cars, sorry. Like comics, there's coins, there's literally everything you can imagine. Someone has it at least, you know what I mean? Soccer, everything. So I walked in there. I remember that's like one of my craziest come up stories. I was in there and it was just like I didn't have any like real outlets then like to do anything to or I knew people that always buy stuff. It was more just like I walked in there and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna figure it out. So I remember I had like a redemption that I bought like a year ago. It was a $25 redemption for some random WWE player and it just never came. So Panini gave me this thing called a white box 101. Do you know how they do like the serial number?
Yeah.
So the lady like hands me the box and she's like, I would open this one. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll open it. Some guy's like, yo, I'll give you $900 right now. So I could have made from 25 to 900 like instantly. I was like, I'm gonna open it, whatever. Open the box. It's like a Jordan Love 1/1.
Wow.
Immaculate card. I ended up selling it for like $4K. It was like the most ridiculous $25 to $4,000 like ever.
That's crazy.
So that stuff like that happens with sports, which you just never understand. I even remember like same National, Victor Wembanyama, right? So he's a like the rookie, like that guy in basketball, and some guy like sold like these things called the Sparkle packs, and it's like. It's the same thing. Like instead of a 1/1, they give you a pack of cards, but they all look shiny. That's really it. And the guy pulled like the guy sold the pack for $60. Was watching him open it. Victor Wembanyama out of 24 gold spot. Like, it was like 20K
Crazy.
card. It was insane.
That's crazy.
Like, so I was just seeing money being printed while I was at the National.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was
Crazy.
ridiculous. And there was some big buys. Like, I remember buying like a Lou Gehrig like Rook Gowdy card. I flipped that. I bought it for like 36, sold it for 42. I bought like some Jalen Hurts, you know, RPA. I bought a Charizard base set card, like PSA 9 or something. I made like $300 on that one. I made like $100 on some Broad Purdy. So like at the end of the week, and then I remember this. There's like at the end of the week, I was like, Dad, so like how like am I doing good this trip? And he's like, yeah, like he's like, last thing is like the expenses just to fly home. He's like, it's gonna be like $800 to fly home. I'm like, he's like, you have like 2 hours. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lock in, make $800 right now. So I remember like someone walked up to me. I was doing a trade, like it was like a Mickey Mantle rookie 52, Bowman, and a in this vintage football card, right? And I bought them and flipped them for like $900. Like they were high end cards, but like made $900 in like 45 minutes.
Right. That's crazy.
Because again, I knew this one guy pays like super strong on those like liquid grails. Like he would pay me insane. So I just bought it, flipped it, bang, and it was an insane deal, obviously, because then that paid for my like whole expenses, and I did insane that weekend. That was like my first ever like I made like $3,000 this weekend. Nice. Like holy crap, like you know what I mean? Like I was like this is cool. So and then so that's my favorite sports card show. My favorite Pokemon card show is honestly the LA TCG show. It's just this, she's this super sweet, like absolutely lovely lady, Rebecca. She really cares like a lot, and you can see it. Like the way she treats people, the way she acts, the way she treats the kids, the community, right? And I remember like I bought a table and it was like my first ever time. And that's like, I have like some Instagram video from like one of the first few times. And it's like, we're buying everything. We're cashing out strong. Yeah. But I remember that's when I first started learning like, hey, here's where I sell this. And here's where I can like people buy this stuff. And I spent like a ridiculous amount of money at this local show because people wanted to sell their cards, and I was buying it like 70 to 80%, and I was making like 10% a card, 15% a card. But you spend 20K, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? You spend $20,000, that's a lot. That was like my first like foray into Pokemon, like those types of shows. And I mean, you meet some really nice people. Like I have to say, like I feel like the Pokemon space has some like, and no hate on sports cards, has some nicer people. Like shout out Hector. He always vends next to me, this one guy, and he like knows like kind of what I do, like how I like I only do slabs, like everything like that. So like he'll like hand me deals sometimes. He'll be like, oh, go over to him. Like, I'm being honest. Like, just deal with him. Like, this isn't for me. This is that kid's cards. Like, there's people like that. There's so many vendors now that literally just hand me deals. Or will be like, text this kid or whatever it is. And I always take care of like my friends, like whoever it is. I remember one day there was a guy who walked up to me with like $4,000 in cards and was like, hey, like, you know, I need rent money. So like shit, like I'm gonna help this guy out. So like I paid him like super strong. Like I paid him almost what I get on every card, and we made a deal. And the guy was like insanely happy, like super grateful. Like it was like it was like a really cool moment where you could like help someone out like that, and I did. And you just meet some like crazy people. Like I met like Shoal. She's another vendor. She's awesome. She's just a really funny, like, cool person to be around. Hector's a really cool person to be around. Like, he does everything. He does One Piece, Pokemon, and I'll go to him like with Sealed. Like, if someone walks up to Sealed, like I'll tell him like, oh, go give it to Hector. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I have no way to like. I'm not good with like. I always get scared like it's gonna be fake or something because I've had people do stuff like I've had people pull fake slabs on me before. Like I've had someone. It was like a mislabeled Pikachu, and it was like a BGS card, and it was like supposed to be first edition, and it was gonna be like a $1,500 card or some crazy thing. And I remember the guy was like, "Oh, I want the one he had is worth like 20." And he was like, I want $100. So I was like, this seems odd because that's like neither that price or neither that price, right? So I like looked into it and I called him and he was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I didn't realize, but you know what I mean? Like, so that like I can catch that stuff, obviously, but like sealed, I've seen the craziest sealed like fake deals.
Yeah.
Like, I want to buy sealed for my personal collection. Like I'll buy it. Like if someone fact checks that it's real for me, I'll buy it for like to keep in a closet. But I will not buy sealed to sell. And like same thing with like what's it called? Same thing with singles, at least. Like I have a buyer who knows like a lot about singles, so I just let my buyer take all my deals. He'll just sit at my table. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, just this. Like, I remember this guy had like a binder. It was like crazy. It was like a $10,000 binder.
Yeah.
It was like the most insane cards, like XY error, mid error stuff, like vintage. And I was like, dude, just you know what you're doing. Go buy it all. And then I was like, I'll give you half. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I trust you, dude. You know what you're doing. So he split the binder. We did really well. But that's like, you know, so obviously me, very focused on slabs, and the LATCG show was just perfect for that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Like, what's your favorite shows, to be honest? I wanted to ask that since
well, I like a lot of shows. There's very few shows I dislike. I think and this is something I realized at a poor show that I did that wasn't as good, was that like there's always something to take away from a show, whether I'm just buying a whole bunch of stuff to offload online, or I'm buying out a whole bunch of slabs, or if I'm, you know, doing selling good trading. But my favorite show that I've done ever was definitely Chicago Collecticon, just because that was my first experience of me being like, yo, I get to skip school to go do Pokemon cards and make a good and like a crazy amount of money.
Yo,
you know, like yeah, no, exactly. Well, I told my teachers that I was going to
that's
University
hilarious.
of Chicago for a college tour, and they're like, "Oh, that's a great university." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, it's awesome, right?" And then I just like was posting Pokemon stuff on my story. I'm like, "Yeah, for sure."
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Why not?
But that was like definitely my favorite show that I've done ever. Just because it was that experience I was with my crew, and it was just like it was a group of us. We had half an island. It was a good table, good seat, doing deals all day. I was walking. I was like selling ponchos for people. I was like selling like, you know, like I think I moved like a $200 or 200 slab lot. Like I was like just walking and making money everywhere.
That's what's up.
And it was just like I was just locked in. I got to meet a bunch of people. I met Reed, RJS Collectibles. He's like one of my biggest like inspirations. I met
I talked to RJ. I do talk to RJ. He's a sick guy. Like I love him. He's in Florida. Like so he's like near my boy. Like I've spoken to him before. He's such a cool guy. Yeah.
Him and Stefan, who I talked to, SoFlo. I talked to them a lot. But no, I got to just meet a bunch of people, like a lot of people that I wanted to meet in the hobby I met. And then I was just and that show really like clicked with me. That was like, okay, this is something that I can do. And this and I can do well at, and it kind of like clicked. It finally clicked in my head. I was like, okay, this is how you run a show. Like this is how like you work a show, and you like for maximum profits, and like maximum
shows are like legitimately the best way to like run your business. Like I literally barely I buy online, but like not nearly as much as in shows. Yeah. That's sick to hear. And I mean, to be honest with you, like you said, like Collecticon, like I'm telling you, like from my own experience, like what is more important than money is who's on your phone. Like I'm telling you right now, like if you have someone that you could just send a picture or something to and snap like that, it's done. Like you need that. Or someone who can like take this, take that. There's another guy for that. You know what I mean? Like you are only as powerful as who is on your phone. I always say that. And like shows like that are just a great place to meet and like do connections. Exactly. Love that.
And it's awesome. Like I can't express. And like this is like something realizing like going back like last year, I was like, I can't believe like how I was able to do this. And it's crazy. Because high school. You're in high school, right?
Yeah, so I'm a senior in high school.
Yeah, senior. So same.
Yeah.
And it's just wild, like how blessed I've been with the opportunity to
You going to college? Where are you going to college?
So I got accepted to the college I would go to, but I don't know yet.
Like what area, at least?
Chattanooga.
Where's that?
So it's a small, like little, like it's like a little small town. It has surprisingly a really good Pokemon space.
That's
like
in your area already, kind of.
So it's an hour from it's 2 hours from Nashville, an hour with time change. It's an hour and a half from Atlanta, an hour and a half from Huntsville, and an hour and a half from Knoxville. Okay. So it's pretty close. It's kind of very centrally located everywhere.
That's sick. Yeah.
So like I can go to a show in Atlanta, no problem. I can go to Huntsville, or if I need to go to a Collecticon, like I can go to the Atlanta airport and fly. And they were very much they're surprisingly, like all their dorms are just apartments. So really? It's like really, really good like operating system. I was like, I could easily run a bit. Like
I'm gonna buy a house.
Yeah. It's like that's what I'd want to do, like build up to. But I was like,
just because I need space. Like you cannot do this in a dorm, bro. Yeah.
And so, like the dorms are like bigger than my room. Like the current room that I'm having in
That's crazy.
Room. So it's like it's big. But yeah, and it's centrally located. And it's like relatively cheap. I'd be there just to like get some business classes and learn how to operate a business at
all you need.
Yeah.
So I went out to Ohio to see where I'm going to play lacrosse, obviously. And I was like, I went to some shows there, dude. I swear, like I'm one of the strongest buyers in the room when I enter that show. Like I go from like pretty good, like like a pretty strong buyer. When you're there in some of these smaller like areas, dude, people like flock to your table.
Yeah.
Like I walked up there, I didn't even have a table because I went for like 2 hours, and I put a sign like, I'll buy all your case hits, all your like Pokemon from X to X, like all your sports from X to X, like anything, like One Piece, like I'll buy anything. And people just started forming a line. And I think I cashed out like 100 slabs or something in like an hour. Yeah. And I was like, dude, wait, how do I get this home? I don't even have a case.
Yeah.
I was putting them in plastic bags. And then the Gayo guys were getting my phone numbers because they were like, yo, dude, I need to sell you. I'm like, I'm sure. Like, whatever, whatever you can do.
Yeah. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. And like, surprisingly, like, I feel now there's a lot of people, obviously, like, it's either college or not. A lot of people are like, oh, you're going to go all in your business to college. And I noticed within cards, you can kind of do both relatively well.
Yeah.
100%, and it's very interesting. And kind of how I would structure it would be like classes are in the middle of the week, and then I'm just doing shows or I'm doing stuff all the time, like other type of stuff. So it's very interesting. And what I liked about the UTC too was that it's essentially a sister school to UTK. So like if for college football, like that type of stuff, the Tennessee school.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a little league version of that. They don't like, I was asking people, I was like, yo, because I'm in private school right now, and it's like it's very like restricted. Like, like you can't really like do a lot of stuff.
No facial hair. My hair can't be passed here. I go to Catholic school. Like I have I have some like crazy rules back there. I go to school.
Yeah, exactly. So you get it, but it's like the place I was looking at. I told them, I was like, so what happens if like I have to be gone at the, like someone calls me like, yo, I got 2 tables for Collecticon this weekend. They're yours. Market, they're yours if you want them. Just let me know. I'm like, I'm not going to say no to that. Like I have to go no matter where it is. And it's like, I need to be able to like be like, yo, text my professors, call my professor, whatever, go to them, be like, yo, I'm going to be gone these days. Are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah, fine. And that's awesome. That's the vibe that I got.
You kind of need that. Yeah. Especially like, I know, for instance, like I have a pretty large operation. So like for me to figure out how to like, I'm like telling my friends, I'm like, all right, guys, like this is what we're gonna have to do. Like, you're gonna have to like overnight ship it. I'm like, I'll pay for the overnight shipping.
Yeah.
We don't care. Like, we're pirate shipping. All right. Yo, like, we're pirate shipping overnight for $58, like whatever it is. And you know, like, I always have like, I'm gonna have to figure it out because it's like Saturday, get all my stuff, Sunday, like process all my inventory, like put it on like whatever I put it on, like and like if I have like if I do like, you know, like pictures, spreadsheets, whatever it is, and I have to process like my own stuff. It could be like 400 or 500 slabs, and then the next day or two I'll have like the next day I'll get all my all my friends or like the people who sell to me will send me all their stuff. Like, I'll have it overnight, like by Monday, Tuesday, the latest Tuesday morning, where they drive it, and that's like another like 200 slabs per person. So I'm having like a crazy amount of inventory, and then it's kind of like where you gotta like figure it out. Like, I'm gonna have to figure out in wherever, you know, in Ohio where I go, and I'm gonna be able to like shoot, like that's, you know what I mean, like I'm gonna have to process it and then ship it, drive it to this guy, that guy, whoever it is, like whoever I'm selling to, whoever I'm, or if I'm selling, keeping it for a show, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Just like ton of, it is definitely going to be a little bit stressful, but I'm gonna have to figure that out because,
and I think that that's just part of it. And I'm looking, like, that's obviously if I go, I don't know 100% yet. I got accepted there, that's the main thing, and I have like,
gotta pull over me, bro.
I have good grades, so like I already have like a lot of scholarships.
That's sick.
But I don't like do sports in that aspect. Like I said, like I kind of play casual. Like I'm a team captain in soccer, but our league's nothing crazy. So it's like, that's cool, but it's not, you know, it's not like I'm gonna go to college to play soccer. I'm not at that level.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's definitely fun, and it's really cool to like have that and know that people do that. So like it would be for me, it'd be like weekends, or you know, I'm doing shows. I probably would want Monday, Fridays booked off for like business, and then like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday hit classes.
Exactly. Like that's literally the strat.
Yeah,
that is literally the strat. I try to have my Fridays open, like hang out with my friends or like whatever I gotta do. Like my Fridays like that one day, pretty much like a week where I'm like, and then Friday night and Saturday night. Like, yo, I've done some crazy things. Like I went to bed on a Saturday night at like 2 a.m. and woke up at like 6, and I'm like, God, like why did I do that? But like it was worth it. And I'm still ready. I just drink my coffee and I'm like, good. I guess because I'm so young. But yeah, I can't wait for that. Like, and it's only like scaling for me. So I'm very, very happy for like what's to happen in the future. And I mean, it's a lot of stress. Like I've been under like pressure where it's like, shoot, like I have to go ship like 700 cards, and if I don't ship it like by tomorrow night, like I'm cooked, everyone's cooked that sells to me, like we're all cooked, like because you know whatever could change or anything. So I'm like, God, I'm done. And it's been like I'm literally up for like hours, like, you know, because like whatever it is, like removing like my stickers or whatever, like what, like, you know, like my sold stickers, or like putting like new bags on, throwing this out, like, you know, just crazy stuff. And it's been like, I've been like, there's like, you know, I'm usually pretty good, but there's been like 1 or 2 times where you're like just super stressed, like crazy stress.
Yeah, I feel that. I've had that where actually I went through that right now today. I went to Miami for Christmas break with my family, because that's just what we do. My mom's family lives down there.
That's where my boy is. That's where my buyer is. Yeah.
And I was texting on my store. I was like, yo, just send stuff to me. I'll pay you, you know, like whatever. And I had a friend, I had it shipped to his PO box, and he's like a reason, like I trust him. We're like good guys. Nothing. And then I picked him up because we've both been super busy. He was sick, all this type of stuff. We go to the post office today to pick all the stuff, and we open his PO box, and it says overflow. And I was like, oh my goodness. So everything that I bought over the break is somewhere in that post office, and I don't have access to it tomorrow. And then that means I'm gonna have to process that Friday night to prepare to give to my buyer at the show on Saturday. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's just
like you're like, oh God, like
it's like it's cooked. Especially because I've gotten payment on some of those cards, so it's like I need to like have those cards in possession because he paid for them. and it's just like, it's just
Yeah,
crazy.
stuff like that happens, but you just gotta figure it out. Like
Yeah.
I always say, like it is what it is. Like you just gotta figure it out sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly, and it is what it is. Exactly what you said. And it's just part of the journey. It's part of the fun. It honestly, and like you said, like my bedtime is like 12 to 1 a.m. every day. I'm waking up at like 6:30 to go to school. Like my schedule's cooked, but like it's
Oh yeah, it happens though. Like it is what it is. Like
you
as
do.
long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro, and you're building like exponential growth. Remember that exponential growth, bro. That's all you got to remember. And it's like, yeah, sometimes that happens. Like there's either like times I go to bed at like 10 or like 2. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's never like, you know, a set time. So
Yeah,
so
and
it
then
happens.
like look, I hope I low-key like hit a flow state for some reason at like 10 to like 11 or like 10 to like 12. Like I'm just locked.
Same.
Like my brain like just wakes up and it's locked, and I'm like, okay, cool. I guess we're doing this now.
Like in the middle of the day or like super early in the day, I'm like,
Yeah, dead.
like, yo, I
Exactly.
sleep on. You know, my friends like take pictures of me. I'm like on my water bottle, like sleeping sometimes. Like, and then, but then like towards the end of the day, and like especially when I like right before I play sports or like after when I get like I'm locked, like I'm juiced. Like there's some people who like are telling me like, oh well, yo, do you ever stop like yapping or like jumping up and down? Like I'm just a high energy person.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
How has I've talked to some other people, but I've never really talked to like someone in my position as in like in high school or doing a card business. How is like your high school react to it, or like your community, or like your friends? I guess you said talk to your friends. Like how?
Yeah. Some people will troll. Yo, I've had some people like troll like a little bit, like at the gym or like something, and then they're like, and then I'm like, you're like, so like, yo, like this, they're like, dude, how much does this like PSA 9 like you know hollow shadowless Charizard even cost, bro? Like what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, you know, X. I'm like, they're like, oh, like how much is that? I had a Black Label poncho once.
Yeah.
So my boy's like, yo, like how much does that card even cost? And I'm like, oh, it's like 30,000-ish or something. They're like, what? Like, yo, what? Like he does this? And they're like, yo, how do I do this too? And I'm like, I'm like, chill, guys, chill out. Like, and then you know, so you have that you know, there's always some people that are like a little skeptical. A lot of people like it. Like a lot of people like go to me for advice on like how to do things, and like I always take care of my boys. Like if you're my friend and you want to like sell stuff to me, I'm always gonna pay you really well. You know what I mean? Because I just have that. Like I can just move it. So it's like, all right, yeah, like you need it, I'll get it done for you, bro. Like don't worry about it. Like so I'm kind of like chill with everyone like around me. A lot of people really enjoy it, and I mean like there's people like there's one guy from my own school that like it's helping him like pay for like his college to like do this.
That's awesome.
So he's like, you know, he's helping paying for his own college, but he's like selling stuff to me every week. So you know, he's doing really good with that. And there's like, you know, another one of my boys from like the rival school from us, because like we have a really big lacrosse rivalry. So one of my boys from like the opposite school is like in Miami, like I said now, and he buys like crazy, bro. Like it's insane. Like he loves it. Like he got into it. He's been into it like a similar amount of time as me. And you know, he's crushing it. Like I would literally like, I'm probably gonna have 10 or 15 texts from him after this, like because he was at a card shop, just buying out the whole card shop. And I'm like, you know, he's like showing me pictures, like he's buying like Lamine Yamal autos, and like, and then he's also buying like $10 Pokemon cards slabs, and then he's also buying like $2,000 Pokemon. You know, he's like the craziest like range and variety of stuff he's buying. So
it's awesome. Yeah, and like when you eat and grow, like obviously I have those people that support, but it's more on like the content side or Instagram or whatever. And a lot of people like hate on it in my area. But
really,
and then yeah, just because I'm a young guy making money, a lot of them don't like it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of my boys want to like tap in. They're like, yo, can we get tapped into this? Like I remember my friend was like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, by the way, too.
No, you're good.
My friend was like doing this job like he hated. And I was like, and he was like making like 20. I don't know what minimum wage is. What's minimum wage in your area? rough.
725.
What?
725.
Dude, it's like $20 here.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, or no, it's like 6, it's like 17, but like he was gonna pay like $20 an hour. I was like, yo, dude, I'll like pay you like, I don't know, like $200 to go to a show with me. And he's like, what? He's like, that's like $30 an hour. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't care. Like, if you could just like write down stuff on post-it notes for me and like put stuff in my bag and like help me like negotiate, like I'll pay you it. And he like instantly, like he comes with me every week now.
Yeah,
awesome. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like it's been a lot of that, like, you know, more for me at least.
Sure. I love that. And that's where, like, for me, it was, I met Max, my boy Max, and it was that connection where I'll probably call him after this, but like we call like every night. We're always locked in. We're always talking about like what's the next move, like all that type of stuff. And it's just having that other person that like understands what you're doing, or like I can fully trust with my table. We'll split shows up where it's like, all right, you get the first 30-minute shift. I'll be at the table. You walk by everything.
Yeah, dude.
This is what just do by
always
everything.
Walking around.
Yeah, come back to the table and then offload everything. I'll take the shift. I'll just go and buy everything again, and then like we'll just take rounds back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we'll just. Usually, what happens most of the time is that he'll stay at the table, and then I'll just walk and do everything. But it's just because we enjoy it. Like we enjoy that.
Dude, yeah, that's awesome.
And like we strategize on different things. So like I'll take like TCG player, or I'll help him with Instagram stuff, or I'll help him with all this stuff, and then he'll take our sealed and he'll do this, and like it's just all like having that like dynamic, like where you're with that other person or with a group of people doing it really helps. And it's really great. We haven't like combined our businesses in the way we're like one business yet. We're two separate entities that just like work essentially under the same name. And
okay.
It's been great. We'll probably combine within like a couple months, but
yeah,
like just having so that dynamic where it's like you can just trust them fully with everything.
That is sick. Yeah,
but yeah, that's been it. But like I'm really blessed, and I'm ready for this year.
Yeah, you should be, dude. You like 100% should be, and you should just like honestly just focus. Like, and I always say like diversify. Like. You know, always diversify. Never focus too hard on one thing. Like I know you said like those $10 to $30 like cards or whatever. Like is like that's your like thing right now. Just like if I had like one thing to say to you, buy other stuff too. Like figure out whatever else you can buy and like get paid out like pretty well on, and do that as well, because there will be one day where it's like, all right, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like or it's gonna be, or it's not as good. Like you're not gonna get paid as well because, like, for instance, this guy doesn't want it anymore, right? Or something like that. And that will happen. Like that's happened to me so many times. That happens like every week. You know what I mean? Like where there's like new stuff to buy, this is what you want, that's what you want. Like go, you know, so just lock it. I would definitely say like from one thing that I've learned, even like do that. Like don't get pigeonholed into one thing, because if you get pigeonholed into one thing, then you're gonna be fried when it like dries up.
Yeah. I agree with that. And like for example, I can't show it on camera, but I think I have like, or I guess I can show it. I have like I think like 70 to 80,000 bulk cards that I'm offloading to a guy, and he pays like really well.
Bulk buy rates.
I've just been collecting it for, you know, buying it for nothing, or people just give it to me for free, and it's just like I just buy it. Like I'm gonna offload it for like a couple, like probably like 2K in a couple of days.
For 80,000. What is that per card, like roughly?
So
or
it's
per like 1,000.
So 1,000 uncommon non-hollows. It's $12, and then per
I gotta tap you in here. It's 20.
Oh really?
Yeah. So yeah, like locally, it's like $20.
And then per 1,000 hollows is 40.
I think it's way more here too.
Really? That's
crazy. Yeah, you gotta tap in, bro. New York market type.
I'll ship everything out there.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know how much money that I've never ship bulk. I have no clue. That's probably so expensive.
No, and he's like he'll meet me 5 minutes from my house, and I'll just put it in his van.
Oh, it's way easier.
Yeah, it's done.
Dude, there's literally someone that just sent me as we're talking. Like,
no, I had that. 9s. Yeah, I had that today. I had that in class. Like I get that in class, and like I get like what is it? Someone sent me this weird photo today.
Yeah, sometimes like the like I like typing like the certificates into like Card Ladder.
Yeah.
And there's like mad people, bro, who sent me the most blurry picture on earth.
No, it's crazy. No, well, this like
And
that
I'm like,
happens,
yo, I can't see anything. Like I could
but
barely
then
read the name.
this guy sends me something, right? It's like so whatever. It's like cheaps, but then it's like his toes in it
Yeah.
too, like his foot's in it. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
like? All right, like you do
Yo,
not need to see that.
what's like the weirdest experience you've had buying like cheap cards?
Cheap cards,
Yeah.
the weirdest one.
Mm-hmm. That too. Two like uncommon things that happened to me.
Well, I don't know. Weird experience buying cheap cards.
Or just like funny, like anything.
Like,
Or like stupid. Or like outrageous. Like, you know what I
well,
mean?
I'll have like people send me, and it makes me upset. Like I'll put like in a Facebook group my buying rate, right? And it's like no vintage CGC, and then someone sends me like 100 vintage CGC cards. And it's like, bro, are you done?
They don't read.
Did you not read the buy list? Like, did you not read the list?
Just send them to me.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, I can't. Like, I would buy this. Sure, I can, but like, I'm not going to give you a good percentage because I don't know who to send it to. And it's just annoying.
Dude, I had like 3 of those like type experiences.
Yeah, it's like buying $10 cards and then someone sends you a $40 card. It's like, great, I can't buy. Yeah, good. I can't.
Or it's a $10 card that they want $40 for.
No, that happens too. Oh, okay. I know the weirdest experience that I had. I went at the show that we went and bought out everyone. The first time we did this, I went to this table. It was this guy from Chicago. I sit down. I tell him, "Hey, can I sit down? You know, you got some cards. Sit down. Let me comp. Can we work a deal out?" I spent like 30 minutes comping like probably like 30, 40 slabs.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out the table. Put him a good percentage, right? Like a good vendor percentage on what he's getting. He's like, "What is this?" I'm like, this is exactly what I said. Let me sit down and let's work something. He's like, "What do you mean? I'm the vendor. I get to decide what the price is." And I'm like, "So can we negotiate?" He's like, "No." I was like, "All right, cool." And I just left. And I left all the sticky notes there. I'm like, "All right, cool, bro."
Oh, you just like crashed out, like
yeah, like
moment.
Like have fun. And I was like, bro, like you went back on it. That was probably the weirdest experience I had.
I've had like 3 weird experiences.
What are
like
they?
I've had one. It was like guy on like not like kind of locally, like sends me like a few CGC cards, and I'm like, all right, like what's this? I'm like, I can't read the cert number. And it was like a $20 card, and he like sends me another picture, and it's like a good picture, but it's blurred out. And I'm like, dude, like you blurred out the cert number. Like I can't see the cert number. Like I want to be able to like just put this in my like Card Ladder, like in Card Ladder, and then just be able to read the comps. And he's like, dude, you're gonna try to fake it then. I'm like, dude, I'm not faking a $20 card. Like, this is not happening. And then when I was in Ohio, actually, I had one guy. I was at a show. It was a local show, and I'm like, he's like, okay, so like, can you buy this? It was like decent, like sports cards. I'm like, okay, I'll pay you like, it's like Tom Brady's, like decent stuff. Like, I was like, okay, I'll pay you like 85 to 90% like on all this. And he's like, okay, perfect, dude. Like, whatever, just do what you got to do. Like, comp him out. And I comped every card out. And then he agreed. Like, he was agreeing. Like, I would go like this. So I would like take the cards. And then I would like go like this. I'd be like, comps like $12, cool. He's like, all right, done. Like, yo, $200, cool, done. And I would keep going and going. And then we're done. It wasn't like, it came up to like $450. And I was like, okay, bro, like that's, you know, that's is what it is. I'm paying you like 90%. So we're like roughly like $500. He's like, man, I can't be giving this away. I'm like, what do you mean giving this away? He's like, I gotta be at 5. He's like, otherwise I feel like I'm giving away the cards. And I was like, dude, get out of here. I'm like, that was 30 minutes that I'm never getting back. And I was just like, all right. Like, I was like, have a great day, sir. Thank you for your time. I'm just going to leave. I don't think it's going to work out. I guess I always be respectful of people. Yeah. And I just walked away and I was like, damn. Yeah. Last thing is like the person who like, there was one guy who sent me an order and it was like 200 cards, right? And I bought all of them, and it was like a new guy. It was like random. Like it wasn't like a long-term thing I'm gonna be doing somebody. It was literally the guy just sent me 200 cards. And I was like, hey, just send them like, you know, like no bag, like no nothing, just bare slabs.
Mm-hmm.
And he sends me the slabs, and they're all like bare like this.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have a like one of those red like price tags on every single one. 200 slabs.
Gosh.
Spent 4 hours taking off all the things, and I was like, dude, like I am never buying a card from you again.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you pissed me off so bad.
Yeah.
Like it was just horrible. Like I remember like I was like, oh my god. And then like I left one on, and like someone got annoyed at me, and I was like, whatever. I was like, oh. And then there was like residue. I was like cleaning up like the residue off the slab. Like, please, yo, like notice, guys, like please, if you're gonna put a sticker on the card, put it on the back, please, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So that I could just rip off the bag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yo.
That's crazy. No, I've had some. That's wild, man. Like
those are the three wild, and like that's wild, and
it just makes you like. It just makes it less productive. You're not able to like do your time.
I'm like a maximum. I'm a maximize my time guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I am like I want to be in and out. Like I'm like, how many slabs have I bought in the last 20 minutes? Like 40. Oh no, I'm like, dude, no, like it's not like obviously that's a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Like if I spend like 20 minutes on like 2 slabs, like I'm cooked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree with that, and I think that's it's true. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
And it's there's definitely with the cards and collectibles, you get some weird folks and some weird things.
But post that on your Instagram. Like when I post on my Instagram, post that on your Facebook posts. Whenever I post on my Instagram, like when I'm at a show, I'll be like, please like have your card comped and no like sticky note. He's like, I'm like, I will not have time to like double comp your card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
cool. What has been your favorite memory within this hobby or this entrepreneur journey? It's cardboard entrepreneur journey.
Honestly, probably like there's like 3. Like going back to the time where I like helped that guy out like with his rent money. The black label. That was like a massive deal. That was a $20,000 plus deal. And then like within that, there was like another like $8,000 worth of slabs that I bought. So that was like literally like a $40,000 deal with one table. So that was like a ridiculous, crazy buyout. Like I bought out like most of the table. And then what's my last like fond? My last fond memory is probably just going with my like friend Justin to shows. Like when we're in the car, we do the most outrageous things. Like I will say anything when I'm in that car. Like I will say the most crazy things. Like I'm known for being like an out-of-pocket person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say like the funniest shit. Like it would be like 2-hour rides, and we'll just be saying like we'll be repping like the most random like jokes and like this, that, and we'll be talking about like whatever like is in the future. And it's just like really like a time where you're like settle down. Like I remember like I went to like there's this really cool store like Bleecker are trading in the New York City. So obviously to get on from Long Island to New York City, like traffic is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get over a bridge, and it was like hours. And I was like with 5 people in the back, or no, there was 5 people in the car, 2 in the front. I was in the back seat, my friend, and I'm like, you sell to me. Why am I in the back seat? And he was like, dude, it's my car. I don't care. And I was like yelling at him. I was like, dude, what the hell? Like I'm dying. Like it was like so hot. He was like a 2003 Buick. So we were like actually dying, and my friend was like in the middle, my friend Peter, and he was just like, he also sells some cards to me. He was like screaming about his Clash Royale game, and he was like, this guy, oh my god. And I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, what the hell? And then I opened the, and it was so hot, I opened the window and like put my head out, and I was like a dog, like through the while we were going over a bridge, and I was like screaming. I was like, bro, I'm not buying like any of your cards. Like good percentages anymore. This is how your car is. I was like, it's just funny, dude.
Yeah.
And I walked in. I actually do a fun fact. I walked into a pizzeria. We did this like funny thing. It was like, he was like, yo, like I was filming videos, and he was like, yo, like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a food reviewer. I have 80K on TikTok. And then he's like, dude, no way. He's like, try this pizza. And he gave me a pizza. Same night. I was like, yo, what's up, guys? And then he's like, yo, what's your Instagram? I'm like, FFeats. Like, yo, I got no clue.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like many things, like good memories.
What you're saying about like the car, like especially those moments, like I've had again with like Max, my boy Max.
Oh, okay. I thought you said your ex.
No, never. That will no. But with my boy Max, we like one, the post show deals always hit. Like we already know we're gonna eat after the show on Saturday.
Same.
And it's like it's always like goated awesome places. And then like just like you said, those car deals, like we'll be blasting music in his car.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just be like saying outlandish things. And like we've done things where it's like if we have a weekend show, like we'll sleep over at his house, and then we'll just like wake up early, do the next thing, and like we'll just like stay it again. Like those nights where we can just like bond and like get on the same track and like all that type of stuff. It's just like
that's awesome.
It's just awesome. And it's like it builds like character and builds relations, and it's like again like Pokemon for me more than anything, it's like the biggest networking opportunity that I've ever had.
That's
and it's like I've been able to meet, like for example, in Tennessee has a program, like a real estate program for high school seniors where you can get it for free. You can get your license for free. I learned that through my friend, who actually the guy we went to the PO box, Jim, and I learned that from him because he does like he has like a multi-million-dollar like real estate thing, right? So we're like, and he does Pokemon, and I would have never met him if it wasn't for Pokemon. And then with that, I would have never known of this opportunity. And then like like all these like different things cascade, and like all these
exactly.
And it's like it's just great. Being known as like this like that like cool Pokemon guy, like all that type of stuff is like just really great. And it's just mad blessed to be.
Love that, bro.
But yeah. What
by the way, tap into the $6 meal deal. Dunkin' Donuts. I'm putting you on. $6 meal deal, Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
Before shows, pre-game show. I
usually just like eggs and like
it's a bacon, egg, and cheese, hash browns, and coffee. Best thing on earth.
That does sound good. What are some of your goals for 2026?
That is
as we enter the new year.
Scale. So if I'm doing 600 slabs a week, what's this say? I want to be at like 1,200 a week, which is like definitely like achievable somewhat. I want to 3x the profits this year. That's like a thing for me. I want my margins. Like margins are tough more, so like margins, like keep them relatively the same while growing that. Or obviously like it might shrink a little bit, like if you're buying like in bulk. But keep that going. Build new connections with vendors. Like I love building connections with people and meeting new people, because that's like one of my, I'm a chatty person. Yeah. Like, if you couldn't tell already, like I love talking.
It's awesome. I agree. Great.
So, and then also like build my social media. So I feel like I've had like some crazy good experiences in social media. So for instance, like I posted like a video of like me, and like it was like someone that reached out, we needed sports. So I was buying sports under like $300, and any like good players, good stuff. And like a bunch of people like reached out to me on like stuff that hasn't sold. They were like, hey, like, do you still have this? Like, I want this. And it was like I was selling it at like full market just because they liked the card, or I was selling it for like a few dollars under. Like it was like the last sale was like 124. I'm like $120, and they're like done. You know what I mean? So like I feel like that's a great way to grow. Like if you could just post stuff on your like Instagram story, or like like different avenues. I feel like expand my avenues, because again, like I'm a very like I understand that you can't do the same thing forever, no matter what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, so I want to just expand my avenues, have like so many, you know, different people like tapped into like what I do that if I post something, it can get sold instantly.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy. Yeah.
That's fire. I think that that's great. And that's something that I've definitely, that's helped me grow for sure. And get into that has been like not mastering social media, but getting a grip on it and like making sure that you're being fair with people. Like you said that too. And that's something that I recently, like I have a great connection with a card shop here. I think I was texting you about it, where it's like, I can just text them and it's like, they'll be like, yo, Rocco, we got 20 more slabs for you. That just came in today. Just whenever you swing by, just like go pick them up. And it's like, we have an agreed percentage and it's just like, you know, they pick it up for however much money. And then they, you know, I pick it up for my percentages, then I sell it to my guy sells it to other people. And then like, it's just the chain keeps on going. And it's just everyone's making money and everyone's making happy and everyone's taking their profit. And like, just like making those good connections and like being the person that's like open to be like, hey, I got this. Do you want it? Sure. You know, like, you know, and if it comes out like doesn't work, you know, it's whatever. But it's definitely something that I've noticed has definitely been helpful and really cool. And for me, it's like, so last year, so like kind of like words for the year. I was talking about this in a class of mine, but I remember like this year is definitely growth, like just like growing, like just grow
10x baby.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get like 100K profit by the end of the year. I think is what I'm trying to do.
That was like my thing. Like last year.
Yeah.
You could definitely smash that goal, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying
100%.
And then hopefully, you know, road to Millie. I'm trying to get a rolly by graduation, like a cheaper rolly by graduation.
I just got mine.
Yeah.
Like no joke. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I saw. How
that was
it
the
new or like
thing. Yeah, from the AD. Exactly. So I have a local AD and they know what I do, actually. So like I was sitting down one day and they were like, yo, like he was like, yo, like let me see your stuff. Like he was like, this is so cool. He's like, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna offer. No, that's what he said. He was like, hold on a minute. Walks in the back. He's like, I'm gonna offer you a watch, and I'm like, sick. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm buying this one. And it was I bought an OP Oyster Perpetual 41 black. Nice. So like new. It's in a box right now. Like the Wolf, I bought like a rotating box for it, so it stays on all the time. But it's like, dude, like I was like, even my girlfriend was like, holy crap. She was like, what? Yeah. So we went to like I remember like it was like the same thing. Like I went to this really nice restaurant because I was like, hey, like let's go out, like let's have fun. Like she was like, are you sure? Like I don't want to. I'm like, dude, like you've hung out with me for long time, like whatever it is, like yeah, I want to take care of you. And I'm like, and she's like, yo, I can't believe I'm eating on card money. And I'm like, yeah. Like we're eating at like a nice ass restaurant, like a 5-star restaurant, off of card money. Yeah, and it's insane. And I'm wearing like the watch I bought off of card money, and like it's just like everything in my life like is like kind of connected to that, and it's insane.
And I think a goal for me is to like grow this, but I'm also trying to grow like, I guess a greater mission is like, you see all these like online people that make a lot of online money, right? Like either if it's trading, crypto, whatever it might be, right? And I want a lot of people to know that like Pokemon is like or cards is like an actually like legitimate way to make like a ton of money young.
100%.
Have it be
you
like
just gotta be ahead of the game.
Aspect. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just like that's another mission for me. But that's awesome. I
gotta talk to you about that then. That's sick. I always wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
Not like a course, but like like Ryan. You ever see like Ryan's cards?
Yeah.
Like LLC or whatever. Like he has like he's like a sports guy, but like he has like that. Like you know how much like you can find out. You can see like how much that generates.
Yeah.
I think it's like $800,000 a year in profit.
Yeah,
because it's a Discord server. I'm like,
yeah, I think we're on the same track. We got to talk about that.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I've been already like figuring that out for like a year, like a little under a year. Yeah,
but it's been great, and like it's just knowing people, knowing all these types of things. But That's awesome. What do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I was gonna say one thing. I like what you said about like the card store coming to you, and I was like telling you all about like, oh, you need to have like all these numbers on your like phone, right? You need to like be able to like tap into other people, and but like that's the coolest thing. Like there's people that have like my phone number, and I'm like that guy for them. So that's like definitely something you have to do too. It has to be like both in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And it's like going out there to talk to people and like all that type of stuff. And like it just takes like a lot of these people are open like to the ideas of stuff like that. Like a lot of that's what I've noticed. It's like a lot of people are willing to work a deal with you, but you just have to take the chance to like actually do it and actually make a deal and actually do something. And it's just part of the mission and part of the journey and part of the thing that it's just all about. Like, you know, it's who you know, your net worth is your network. That's something that I learned from a previous guest, and it was life-changing. Like I was like, dang, that's true. Like I was like, I never thought about it like that.
I messed with that.
And it's great. But and then also like navigating like a niche. I know you said like be diverse, and I've definitely gone into more diverse, but being in niches and knowing more or less being in niches, but more in knowing who to go to buy.
Yeah, be that guy. 100%.
Middlemaning is something that, and I realized I was like, wait, if I can give person A, if person A has a poncho and person B is buying ponchos at 90%, but person A wants it for 80, I can just move the card for person A to B and I can take 10% profit.
I'll take all your ponchos at 80%. Nah, yo. So yeah, I think the same way. I would. The only difference is like I'm like kind of like that person that I'd like rather be person B. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. That's just like how I am. But I understand what you're saying. Like that's a good way, especially when you don't have the capital.
Exactly.
To help build up capital. And I tell my friends that all the time. I'm like, sometimes I'll hand them a card and I'll be like, yo, sell this for me and I'll give you $20. And they'll run around the show and they'll find somebody. Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome. And then like knowing, like having friends and just knowing people is like super great.
100%.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, like that's great. I don't know if you this was a great podcast. Like I love like this is great. I think that was great chemistry. And I think this is something.
The vibes, bro. We're a duo.
It's good vibes, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Where in Ohio are you going to?
Ada. It's like a small town. ONU, Ohio Northern. But it's a really good school, so I'm happy I'm gonna be able to like play like really high level lacrosse, like for Division 3 at least, and then you know, be able to ball out with the cards. Have all the homies buying for me. That's all I need.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Just go send the minions. Cool. Well, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to be at. What's your next show? What next show are you going to be at?
TCG, bro. Come on. You go. You know, I keep talking about it the whole time. Yeah, I'm going to be there, and then I'm going to be at, shoot, what is this thing called? Hold on. Yeah, I honestly forgot the name. My friend just sent me 100 card spreadsheet. Holy crap. I have to go do that after and pay him. Hard-hitting card show.
Cool.
That's a sports Pokemon show. And then I'm going to like an only Pokemon show Sunday because I'm going to need a lot of cards this weekend, like a ridiculous amount. So I'm going to be balls to the wall. So
there you go.
Wish me luck, bro.
Yeah.
We have to spend like 100K this week.
That's great. There you go. And that's one last thing I noticed when buying this, because and it was funny because like it started to make me, it was like, I don't want to say it made me upset, but like, you know, when people put like I need to spend 100K by the end of today, like all that type of stuff. And it's like, now
I might actually need to do that.
Yeah. But like now I'm in, not that I'm in the space to spend 100K, but now I understand the game where it's like the more you buy, there's the more you sell. Like if you're like, if you can
to a point,
if you can keep that cash flow running, it's great. And now I'm the person, I'm like, I'll take everything you have. Like just send it to me.
Bro. Like I make dollars. I make like $1 on some cards, like if I'm paying really well, but I don't care. Like if you send me like thousands of cards, like if you send me like 300 cards, like I'm gonna pay you really strong. It's just like it's easier for me. It gives me more inventory. It makes my life easier. So
exactly. So anyway, that's thank you for coming on, and thank you everyone for watching.
hell yeah.
This was a great episode. I love this. This will come out tomorrow.
Fire.
But yeah, it'll be great. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, follow, subscribe, do all that type of stuff. And yeah, that has been the 53rd episode of the PokéSells official podcast.
Please do what he said.
All right, bye guys.
Deuces.